the best in classical music on Radio St. George at 100.3 FM.
This is KDXI St. George, Radio St. George at 100.3. And we welcome to the stage the Karaoke Brothers, Kevin Fry from the Senior Saver and Tyler Hunsaker from Hash House A Go-Go, talking and interviewing only noteworthy guests from St. George. That's karaoke with the C. Here are the Karaoke Brothers.
Tequila.
So, here's the deal. Who came up with Karaoke Brothers with a C? Was that you,
I
Tyler?
think it was a late night, and I think
Yeah.
it had to happen, the Karaoke Brothers with a C.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, it's pretty exciting.
Karaoke, I think is the way they...
Karaoke.
Yeah,
Okay.
karaoke,
Yeah.
I think.
We have a special guest with us today. Would you like to introduce her?
I sure would. It's Cammy Bowker with Global EP.
Yes, hi.
Wow, nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tyler invited you and you showed up.
She cleared her whole
It's
schedule.
shocking, right?
It's crazy. It's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are the Karaoke Brothers, and we are the Karaoke Brothers because sometimes we sing karaoke together. Is that true?
Yes.
Are you going to do it now? Can I have you do it now? Show me what you got.
What do we got? What do you want to do?
I mean,
called him out,
see,
sorry.
here's the thing. Kevin is Canadian, and I'm
Oh,
American.
boy.
So when
I'm
we come
American.
together,
Yeah.
it's amazing. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. But we don't like to just jump right into
Oh,
it.
I can't just spill the beans. Can't ask
No.
you to just spill the beans.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what would you sing if you could sing something right now?
I would sing Folsom Prison Blues
Would
by
you?
Johnny Cash. I would.
Okay.
I hear that train a coming.
Oh, here we go.
Here it goes.
It's
Here we
rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. No,
That's
I'm
all I
stuck in
wanted.
Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
Wow.
You see? So
do see.
it's just like
I
that.
do.
That's
Great
why we're
job.
the Karaoke
Yeah.
Bros. Go ahead and give them a
Great.
taste.
All right, I'll give him a little taste.
That was
I
fantastic.
am woman, hear me roar.
Yeah.
Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
I like this stuff. Okay, so
I would tune in just to listen to that go on.
would you just the whole time, right?
So funny.
You get sick of it after about 8 minutes. You know,
Yeah, that's why it's
the
only a
radio rule.
25-minute show.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Okay, so Sean Donovan set us up today. He's the dude here
Yes.
at
Sean's the
Dixie
dude.
State College, right? So he set us all up today. So we should be on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on FM 100.3 right now, live. Right?
Live. Yeah.
Live.
You know, the best part about all this is it's our first show. And I knew there was only one person that we needed for our first show, and that was Cammy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is so sweet. Thank you.
Well, we talked about what we were going to do on our show, and we want to do fun stuff, but we also want to do stuff that's important to the community and the world, right? In your case, we've got both. Do we
Yeah.
not?
Thank you. I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay, so why don't you do a little introduction of yourself for us so we can meet you?
Okay, hi. My name is Cammy Bowker. I live in St. George. I'm the founder of a nonprofit organization called Global Education Philanthropists. We go by Global EP. Our website's globalep.org.
Cool.
We strategically fight human trafficking through education. So I'm a school teacher. I'm not anymore. I actually retired so that I could help educate communities on the fastest growing crime in the world. So now...
The fastest growing crime in the world?
Yeah, it really is. So I really want parents to understand what the threat is for the future generations to help preserve our families and our communities. We don't understand that the threat of child trafficking, organ harvesting would ever be a threat in a nice little town like St. George or in any town in America. I initially started the organization just building schools in third world countries. And then I started to wonder why they weren't, like what was going on, right? Why were some of them not learning? And I got to know their stories and realized that many, many of them share the same common bond. So I started working in Haiti, then the Dominican Republic, and many of their stories had a thread with this child sex trafficking. And I, for a while, didn't realize it was even here. And then now, fast forward to now, I started thinking about what's happening in my own backyard. And I think it's safe to say it's worse in America than any other country in the world.
Wow. Why do you think that is? What is it about America?
Because we don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? So parents don't know what they don't know. It's that way it is because we don't understand that we're letting our kids have free reign on the internet.
Oh. What? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't you
Very
think?
scary. Well, I imagine you get a text, random text to your number, right? And you're
Right.
a 12-year-old impressionable child, right? And then
Is
the
that
next
what
thing
happens? Is
Oh
that
yeah.
what happens?
Oh yeah. And then the next thing that happens is you get in deep with these people, right? And they have a story or something that could affect you or embarrass you in front of your family. And next thing you know, you're in it because you're protecting your family. Instead of the child going to their family and saying, hey, I made a mistake,
Right.
they'd rather hold that and protect
it a
their
secret.
family. Yeah, 100%. Because
sure.
these people are threatening their family. If you tell your family about this, that's it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so
thank you,
they,
Tyler. That's
so
perfect.
literally they're contacting the child in this case,
Right.
and they're threatening her family.
Well,
or his
not
family?
at first.
Not at
There's
first.
a grooming process that happens on Fortnite, Roblox. TikTok is horrible. Don't let your kids have that app, please.
Wow.
The Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat.
Because they just go there because they know kids are on it.
Right. And
Correct.
they just
Right.
start becoming their friends. So let's say your teenager is getting ready to go to bed. They check their Instagram inbox one last time and they get a, hey, you're really pretty, or hey, you're really cute message. And then they've had a bum day, right?
Yep.
So they'll respond to literally anyone. We've done lots of studies and we've watched the cases play out time and time again. They'll respond. And then they think that they're friends. They will respond to people that they don't know, even though you're like, I have told my kids they know better. It happens. So right now what Global EP is doing is we're working on a humongous campaign for 2020. We're filming a docuseries going throughout the world, showing what it looks like in Haiti, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, Belize, Thailand, Philippines, Cambodia, France, Italy, all those places, and then America, the quote safest towns in America and the most dangerous towns in America, and showing our youth that it's real and how these traffickers are using strategies that are happening right underneath our nose. So it's the fastest growing like wildfire under our feet, and none of us know. So your kid can be trafficked. People say, what does it look like in St. George or in America? It looks like your kid or your grandchild sitting next to you on an iPad or a phone, and you have no idea what's happening on their screen. Some of these traffickers will be really patient. They'll groom someone for like a year. Or your kid's playing Fortnite constantly without supervision, talking on a headset just like we're talking. You know, you can hear each other, and you suddenly become friends. And then
So
they,
parents don't really know what's going on
Right.
while it's going on. It could be going on for a long time. What can parents do to find out what's going on?
Get educated. I really think, like I attended their gala. When is the gala, by the way?
our gala is in September.
So-
it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. So if I challenge everybody that's listening today to look and see when this gala is, but not only that, go to the website and educate yourself. It is education of the parents to be able to fight this. You could tell your kid till you're, I think, blue in the face, and
Right.
and she exactly. If anybody gets that type of attention that they're looking for, even a hey, I think you're pretty, or hey, great game today, or whatever, because it can be both male and female. So we have to make sure that we're educating both. But they have things out there that can help. Internet, right? There's internet
Correct,
that can
yeah.
break. Stop this thing. I was never this educated before until I met Cammy, and her and I
Yay.
spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
So, but there's all sorts of ways to get involved and give back, and it could be as easy as what is it, like a $5 gets.
So yeah, we're doing a 2020 campaign. Our goal is to get 1,500 subscribers, $3.99 a month. It's literally like cheaper than an app subscription, right?
Right.
What another thing you can do is jump on our website. You can do $3.99 or $20 once, or just share our Facebook page. Really, that the more exposure that we get. So what they found is $1 to fund a rescue is worth $30 of education. So fast forward now, I do help in extractions. I help in all that and make sure that kids get to safe aftercare centers all around the world and locally. But it would just be so much easier if they never happened to get victimized first.
Oh, yeah.
So parents don't know what they don't know.
So first, what I want to do, because the question that comes into my mind is, take us through the steps of what a parent should do with their children. Because I have kids, right? They're older now, but when they were younger, if they're on an iPad, they're on the computer, whatever it might be. I mean, if you say, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing with that?"
Totally.
They're going to cover it up. They're going to be like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just doing, just leave me alone. I'm in my
or
room."
they'll
with
leave
my
the room,
door
or they'll go to the
closed. Yep.
bathroom. Or, yeah,
Exactly.
So the first thing I would do is when I first started finding out it was happening in America, I was working with the FBI and some stuff, and I said, "What do I tell parents? This is horrible." They said, well, tell parents to have their logins to their Instagram and stuff. That is a good start.
Know their passwords.
But here's the thing. Being a teacher, kids are so amazingly smart.
They're
if they don't
protective.
want you to know, they'll start a different secret app behind an app. They'll have it.
And they're
so
smarter usually than the
Oh,
parents
They're
are.
so smart technology-wise.
Yeah.
So I kind of searched high and low, and then I found a company that has a filtering system called the CleanerNet, and 15% of their sales goes to us.
Wow.
And they redesigned it. It used to be called Router Limits. Now it's a CleanerNet, and it's by a local guy here named Brandon Hart. And he's amazing. His company's amazing. They just want to give back. But that's the first thing. I actually bought it for my family first. And their phone shuts off at 10 o'clock. You can block Instagram, Facebook, anyway,
Oh, wow.
anything that you're interested in blocking. And when their device leaves the house, it still can't access those things. So they can't go to like Starbucks or school or something and still get it. But that I would say is the very first step. Like go to theclearnet.com. It's, a subscription like Disney Circle used to have one, but that didn't work. And so Brandon's worked tirelessly to make sure that this product's amazing. I personally love it. Like
So it's to help
just one
parents
shield.
control their viewing time and
And
what
maybe
they're
let's
viewing.
say, did you know that they can access pornography on the Xbox?
Oh, is that right?
Hello, right?
Anything with internet, really.
So
Is that
I
right?
was like, I didn't know that till I got the ClearNet. I plugged in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can block porn from
You
coming on
probably
the
do it
Xbox.
with a smart TV, right? I mean,
Anything.
Yeah,
Anything,
that gets
really.
on, yeah.
So that's
Anything.
why it's so important, because the reason why I bring up pornography is that's the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Is pornography. When you see the traffickers or people that are going to buy kids, sex with kids, like, well, I started with pornography so many years ago, and then this wasn't enough, that wasn't enough. Now I'm flying to Thailand or whatever it is. So it starts in porn, and the target age for pornography is 6 years old. So 6 years old. Our kids that are maybe just on YouTube watching a cartoon, they've turned the cartoons into terrible things. Roblox has, not their fault, but hackers have gotten in and gotten horrible things going on. Chat rooms are terrible. So all I'm saying is you still have to be a parent. You still have to talk to your kids. Let them know that you're safe to come to, because that's what happens. Like Tyler mentioned, they're too scared to bring it up.
But what if there's kids out there that would like some help or whatever, but what if the parents aren't there to help? I mean, what if the parents don't care? I mean, that's where you come in. I see that.
Yes.
Right? But I mean, what could kids do? What message could you give to kids to protect themselves from this kind of thing?
Oh, good. I'm glad you asked that. So back when I was a kid, our parents would say, don't talk to the guy at the park in the creepy van, right? Like
Right.
he's going to take you. And you're
Yep.
like, okay. Well, now the great news is, not great news, the creepy guy in the van lives on your phone.
Yeah.
Lives in your Xbox, lives in your PlayStation, and yet we're giving that to them for Christmas. I'm not saying that's bad. My kids
Right.
have the games too. I'm just saying. So I would give kids a word of caution that when it's not, your parents aren't crazy, there really are bad guys out there.
Sure.
They can make $1 million on a kid.
$1 million.
Put that in perspective. What they wouldn't do to get a child. They'll be patient. There's a lot of money to
That
be made.
child is worth $1 million to them.
Well, and I also think we have to pay attention to where we live. We live on a main stream of I-15, and
Yeah.
a lot
Yes,
of people
thank you.
do not understand that that's a major highway for drugs, for
Everything.
everything,
Trafficking,
and
everything.
so we can't just close our eyes to this.
Yeah.
It's something that I think is super important, and that's why I think we hit it off,
Yeah.
about
Sure.
a year ago and became quick friends.
Yeah.
So it's because it's something that I think we all need to be aware of. And when you're talking about kids, you can be that, older, bigger brother or
Sure.
whatever that can help these children too,
And they're online. When there's a creepy guy in the van or a guy in the mall that's going to look at a group of girls or
Right.
whatever, kids, there's behavior. They know which vulnerable one to go to. The same exact thing happens with online behavior. The constant posting of selfies in being half dressed, the constant splattering all your news on what's going on at school, or when you're having a bad day. Oh, this would be a good time to talk to her. She's got her heart broken. That I could tell you a case where that happened. A cheerleader with a 4.0 grade point average, great parents, loving home. A person messaged her a few times. She didn't answer the first few times. She broke up with her boyfriend, posted that she broke up. She was vulnerable. Then she's at a cheerleading competition. She gets kidnapped at that cheerleading competition.
Wow.
So it can happen so easily. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, Mayday,
Yeah,
Mayday.
right.
But really, we need to be talking to our kids about what our online activity looks like. Use the internet to be amazing. Use it. I mean, kids have gotten college scholarships because they've used the internet to be amazing. Don't use it to get attention with your body.
Sure. So, all right. This is the gravity of this is like, it's crazy.
Sorry.
I mean, I have 4 daughters, You know, so it just breaks my heart to think of something like that happening to them because it could wreck their lives. I mean, and everyone around them.
Yep.
You know, this type of thing. So you were talking a little bit earlier about what you do. You said you get on the Kevlar and I don't know what you do. But I want to hear about, you know, the superhero thing that you do.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Yeah.
So my organization has a couple partners, and together we create this strategic fight against human trafficking. I'm the education piece, being an educator by trade. We provide educational resources to families here and communities in small villages and throughout the world. So I'm the education piece. Then we have a tactical connection. There's a 3-tier approach to the strategic fight, and the name of their organization is Adaptive Ops. So if you ever want to go and fund rescues, go to adaptiveops.org. And then our third partner is the CleanerNet to help with the prevention. So thecleanernet.com. So yes, I do put on the Kevlar and all the things.
Can you take us through a rescue? Take us through a rescue. How does that work?
I'm going to take you through what my favorite thing is to do as an outreach mission. So let me tell you an interesting thing. You probably know this. You live here. Do you know that there's tunnels in Vegas, right?
There's tunnels in Vegas.
Yeah.
I would guess that. But
Okay. So there's a full
You've
tunnel
been to
system.
some tunnels in Vegas? You've been in Vegas before.
So I lived in Vegas for about 10 years,
Yeah.
and people would talk about it. It's a real thing. People
It's a real
live
thing. It's a
under.
whole
Why
different
are there
society.
They
tunnels?
live
Why are there
underneath
tunnels? Who's
the
they?
city. Homeless people, people that are trying to escape the real world. They literally.
Traffickers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they literally can ride a bike for 5 minutes and stop, and they know exactly where they live.
Wow.
Underneath the city. It's crazy to think about because when it floods, their water rises in that tunnel. So,
But they were
it's
initially
all
made
into the city.
for the flooding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
These are all flood
Runoff.
channels.
Runoff.
So,
Yeah.
so in my mind, when you say tunnels
Right. They weren't
underground,
built
I
for
go
people.
correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these are something that has been a flood system that they've put in the channels, and people have
People
decided to live
discovered
there.
them. Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
So we go with Adaptive Ops, and they locate missing kids. A lot of missing kids end up in the trafficking world really quickly. And let me give you an example of what we did for Thanksgiving. We brought out outreach, right? We bring blankets and food. This was a special mission. And we were able to get eyes on a couple of traffickers and some missing kids that we wouldn't otherwise. So that's a little bit different approach as even when we go to Haiti or Dominican Republic, we're building schools and teaching them vocational trades so that they can provide for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And then I also work with another organization. She's not like a partner, but I love them. The name of the organization is Rockstar Ministries. She's how I got into this whole Kevlar Let's Go. We go to San Diego. I used to go twice a month with her. And some people just call to get a ride out. So there's a couple different ways that people can escape, but literally less than 3%, I think the number is right now.
Less than 3%
ever
out?
get found.
Ever get found?
Yeah. So, and
Wow.
if they do, they're never the same.
Yeah.
It only takes 2 weeks for the trafficker to completely change their mindset that this is their new family. now.
Brainwash them.
Yeah,
Yeah. And drug them, probably, I'm sure.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to stand on the roof of every housetop in the world and be like, well, this is what's
Yeah.
going on, because nobody knows. But
It's all about money. It's crazy. Let's go to this step now. If someone is out there, and this is obviously going to shake people up because they think about their kids and stuff, and they're worried about it. So if they have a concern and they want to talk to someone about it, obviously there's you.
yes.
But is there a panel of people? Are there other people that are
Yep.
here to help?
I have a board of directors. If you just go to globalep.org and select contact us, or email me at info@globalep.org, that will go direct to our board of directors. And I get emails and texts and Facebook messages pretty much like every couple hours of
Is
different
that right?
cases. Yeah. From different states. Hey, there's a missing child here. And I send it off to my buddies and see if they can help. And they're amazing. But my specific lane and purpose is education and prevention and awareness and recovery. The recovery teams kind of all just came together because it's a holistic fight. Yeah, we can't just fund rescues and then they go right back. That was probably the most eye-opening piece of this whole journey, but really to empower parents so that they can help with their future generations, because it is pretty shocking.
Yeah. I don't know. I think as a parent, you can only worry sometimes because kids are so independent now. They are so independent. But it's neat that you have this organization, you have these people. Tyler, tell us a little bit more about what you've learned since knowing Cammy.
Well, I just know that we're a safe place as well. If somebody is looking to get out, they can come to Hash House, and we're a safe place. So
What does that mean?
Meaning
perfect.
I'll get in contact with Cammy and let them know that there's somebody there that needs their services and needs that support. Because that's, to me, from hearing everything and following everything, that's what it is. They need somebody there for them. They
Yeah.
need somebody to say, it's okay. You're out. Don't worry about it. We got you now. Let's move forward and past this. So I think also a counseling step happens in there,
For sure.
Abs would have to be. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we're working on these survivor. There's many aftercare centers throughout the country, throughout the world. The aftercare treatment centers are pretty undisclosed, and it's a really hard road to come back. We are doing survivor retreats. We'll have our first one in May for survivors that have been sex trafficked as a child here in the state of Utah.
Wow.
And that includes counseling and mental health.
And
things.
that also can be a great thing, having somebody survive it, talk to the people that are just coming out of it, because it's, probably something that's very hard to navigate. It's just,
they need help.
It's impossible to navigate.
I think the easiest way for our listeners and everybody to get involved is just go online to Global EP and start, with $3.99. That's
Thank
it.
you. Yes.
That's it. That's the easiest way to get involved. $3.99, less than a Starbucks a day. You can affect change in our community here in St. George.
That'd be wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm starting a podcast as well, just to share
Are
survivor
you?
stories. So,
Yeah, I think
if
people would like
anybody's
that.
interested in hearing local survivors, I'll call in some survivors from throughout the world. But I'm going to start local, in Utah and California and Vegas, and let them have a voice because they've been told to be quiet their whole
Yeah.
time that they were victimized, and real stories, so that our kids can go, "Oh, you were trafficked on Facebook? Wow,
Yeah.
might be real."
Well, that's another thing. We've got about 3 minutes left, I think, on this particular broadcast we're doing. Yeah. But would you tell us real quickly, a kind of a local story of someone that was rescued? Do you have one?
I do.
Can you, you don't have to use names or anything, but I mean, can you share that a little bit with us?
Yes, one of them is a local mom. That is how I even found out that trafficking was happening here. She came to me. She was having a fundraiser and said, "Hey, I know that you help with human trafficking." And I said, "No, I do it in Haiti and DR. I don't know it even happens here. What the heck?" Well, it happens here. Her daughter went to Vegas, got trafficked. Thank heavens for CERT Ministries. They found her and got her back to her parents. I can tell you that girl will never be the same. Her mom and dad will never be the same.
How old was she?
I think 14.
14.
Maybe. I could be wrong. But her family's amazing, perfectly wonderful, loving family. And it happens. Think about any of your kids. Could they get mad at you and go to Vegas with their friends? Or could they answer a message on Facebook? Or could they talk to someone on Fortnite? I mean, it could literally happen to anyone if it could happen to my friend here.
So, is it someone? I'm curious about how this actually does happen, because this particular girl, she was talked to by someone online who lured her to leave her own home, I'm guessing.
This specific case, no.
Okay.
But I do have two cases. One, I know two just came off the top of my head. One, she was talking to somebody online, went to Vegas, and is still not found.
Still gone.
The other one is my friend's daughter, and she was found. She went there with friends. I can't confirm that she was talking to someone online yet.
So how do you find them? Like, how does that happen? I mean, they're not wearing a tracking. I mean, how do you know even where to look?
This stinking amazing, wonderful talent of Adaptive Ops. That organization is very experienced in finding and locating children, and I just help support them as needed on an as-need basis. So they find them. I mean, we work with local law enforcement and help get the resources to them as they need it, and yeah.
Okay. That's
So
awesome.
that was really great information and everything, and thank you so much for being here
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having
But
me.
I think everybody's also wondering, what is your favorite karaoke song?
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
my
that's
a
an
minute
gosh.
important
left. We have
part.
a minute left.
I
So
think,
yeah. Hit
Real-
us with
My
your
favorite
If you could
karaoke
sing
song?
one
Yes.
today. Your
If I
favorite
could, but
karaoke
I
song.
can't, so I won't.
Right. Okay, you won't. But if you could,
But-
If I could,
yeah.
Yeah.
What would it be? What would be your?
Oh,
What?
okay.
What was it?
Pina Colada song.
Oh, if you like pina colada.
Escape.
Yeah.
Okay,
Isn't
wow.
that the first thing you think of when I hear karaoke?
So-
If you like pina colada,
That's
that's the first
right.
thing.
So the best part is we don't know much about technology, but we can read words with music behind it.
That's right.
And that's
That's
what the
right.
Karaoke Brothers are all about.
It's so fun.
About reading the script.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
So
Thank you
great.
so much for being with us today.
For
And
sure.
then,
Thanks for
you know,
having
will
me.
you come back?
I will
another
come back.
time?
Yes.
I wish you could come back next week, but it will probably.
There was so
Yeah.
much information, that it was fantastic. So
Yeah.
I would be
again,
glad to. Thank
this
you.
is the Karaoke Brothers
Karaoke Brothers. We'll see you next week at 3:30. Same
Karaoke
time, same place.
with the C.
Enjoy Ozark Highlands Radio, Saturday evenings at 9 on Radio St. George 100.3 FM.